What's up, fams? We got to talk about this. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that sub button and shout out to my gang. Now, Joe, you got to put down that baby, man. We got to talk about this. Now, for the people that don't know what's going on, man, all these rappers are taking shots at Joe Budden right now. Like, just today, Vic Mensa's going at Joe, okay? Vic Mensa. Now, I thought Joe and Vic Mensa was cool, but they not. So last night, after I made my videos, I'm chilling. I'm listening to Culture 2. And, you know, the Drake and Migos song comes on, of course. And, you know, walk it like a talk it. Like, that comes on. So now I hear these bars that Drake is saying. He's talking about taking somebody's girl and flipping her to the team and leaving her in the city. Talking about some dude say he has a mansion, but he's living in a trap house. And I'm like, whoa, who is he talking about? So I try to do my best. I do some research in this whole thing, and I'm Googling, listening, and Googling, and it's looking like he's talking about Joe Budden. So I'm going to lay this all out for you guys. Now, back in 2016, right? Joe, of course, for the people that didn't know that are new to his podcast, he actually had a podcast back then. I used to listen to it. It was him, Rory, and Melissa. I believe that's how you say her name, right? And this is around the time where she got freaking doinked off the podcast because she didn't want to be on the episodes because he was talking about Drake. So she didn't want to mess up her media ties, supposedly. So he had to kick her off. So during this time, right, in 2016, 4 p.m. in Calabasas. Now, Drake's on fire at this point, right? He didn't sign this $20 million deal to Apple Music. He's the biggest artist on the planet, and he still is, right? 2016 Drake, right? Just coming off of beating Meek Mill in the battle. He's on fire. Like, the dude was straight looking like a limited edition Tupac card, right? The dude was the hottest artist in the world. At the time, 2016, Joe Budden, of course, right? To some people and to the people that weren't listening to his podcast, they didn't really know what's going on. You know, you hear Joe making these claims that Drake is dissing him on songs such as 4 p.m. in Calabasas and all this going on, right? So people are looking at Joe and they're like, dude, you bummy, you washed up. What are you talking about? The biggest artist in the world is talking about you? What are you talking about? So they looking at this dude like he got 4 heads or something. Now, if you were listening to the podcast, he was breaking everything down and kind of telling you why, breaking down the lyrics and explaining why Drake was talking about him. Now, the beef that Drake and Joe have always had has been over girls. And it's been over multiple girls, like multiple girls Drake and Joe have shared. No disrespect here, but Drake has been with Joe's current woman, okay? Which is Sin Santana. Okay, and I hate saying that. Now, he's also been with Joe's past women, such as Tahiri, and he used her on a line where he dissed Joe on 4 p.m. in Calabasas. He freaking took her to Costa Rica or something, Drake says. I forgot. But now Joe has responded to this whole thing because people are all in his mentions letting them know that Drake has dissed him again. Now, one guy says, Drake diss you again, bro. On Migos. Walk it. Like I talk it. And Joe responds back with, why don't you just relax? So listen, man, Joe's out here holding his baby, but this is what Drake had to say, okay? Like, these lines that Drake are putting out, yo, these are some zingers, because he first says, say we beefing, dog, but you on your own. Remember I told you guys and I showed you an article where Dro was claiming that Drake was dissing him. Then he goes, first night she gonna let me F, cause we grown. I hit her, gave her back to the city, she home. God dang. I mean, that's just ruthless. Now that's just ruthless right there. You talking all crazy about a man's girl, talking about she gonna let you hit first night. You gave her back to the city. Now, supposedly these bars right here are aimed at Joe's current girl, Sin Santana. Now, she used to be with Drake. As you can see from this picture right here where they're at a basketball game, she used to be with Drake, and this is all documented. Then he goes, so I can't be beefing with no whack dude. You got no backbone. Heard you living in a mansion and all your raps though, but your ish looking like a trap on this Google Maps though. There's no secret that Joe has just moved into a mansion last year. But before that, if you guys remember when those Drake OVO dudes pulled up to Joe Budden's house, I mean, even Joe said the neighborhood was kind of dicey. It was looking kind of dicey. You know what I'm saying? It looks like Drake, of course, is trying to stretch the bar a little bit, saying, you know, look, you say you live in a mansion, bro, but I seen your house. It is looking like you living in a trap house, right? What I would say about this whole thing is that I do believe he's dissing Joe. I was kind of pondering, like, was he dissing The Weeknd? Because there's been a feud between him and The Weeknd lately, and it's over girls. Like, Drake ended up getting with Bella Hadid, or whatever, how you say her name, and that was Weeknd's ex. But here's the thing between Joe and Drake, man. They're two different kind of rappers, right? We got one guy who raps to make good songs. Then you got another guy that raps to put together great lyrics. Do I think Drake can sometimes put together good lyrics? Yes, I will put my money on Joe, but sometimes when you're going up against a guy like Drake, you gotta be careful, because if he does diss you on one of those hit songs he chose to make, things can get pretty crazy, man. Ask Meek Mill with Back to Back. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Who would you guys take in this situation? Would you guys take Drake or Joe Budden? I'm rolling with Joe Budden, but I don't know, man. It's looking like Joe don't want to fire back, man. Listen, he's loving his kid. He's hugged up with his girl. He's retired right now, man. I don't know what's going on.